What's up, everyone? This is Greg Helbeck, and on this week's weekly REI lesson, weekly real estate investing lesson, I'm going to teach you how to get deals over your competition that no one else is talking about, right? So if you are looking to do that, this is the place to find out how to do that. So if you're not familiar with me, my name is Greg Helbeck. I've bought and sold well over 100 houses over my 5.5-6 year career as a full-time real estate investor. So the goal of these videos is to provide as much value as possible. So if you do see this video and you get value, if you could subscribe to my channel and like the video, it would mean a lot to me. Once again, if you get value from this video or any other videos that I do, if you could subscribe to my channel and like the video, it would really mean a lot to me. So now, how do you get deals over your competition, right? So a lot of people, they reach out to me, they reach out to other real estate, influencers, and they're like, there's so much competition. How do I get these deals? How do I win over my competition? And here is the secret to doing that. So before I get into the secret, I want to tell you that at the end of the day, when you're going direct to seller off market, sometimes the sellers are going to simply go to the highest bidder. That's probably 20% of off market, closable deals are going to straight up sell to the highest bidder. They don't care about you. They don't care about your company. They don't care how long you've been in business for. They're going to sell for the highest price possible. And that's the bottom line, right? That is something you have to accept. However, the other 80% of people who are looking to sell at a discount and they're not going to put it on the market, they want to sell with somebody that they know, they like, and they trust. I'll say that one more time. They got to know you, they got to like you, and they got to trust you. And I'll tell you what, I do 95% of the deals in our company between Brett, myself, and Anna. We don't even live in New York State. The three of us don't live in New York State, and we win deals through having sellers know us, like us, and trust us, all via the phone. And you can do the same thing over the phone than you would in person. And the key is to actually care about the seller, and you got to get the seller to see for themselves that you genuinely care about them and you genuinely want to help them. So how do you actually do that? So here's a great question you can ask. Mr. Seller, besides the price, we know that the price is going to be important for you. What else is going to be important when it comes to selling this property so you can feel like you made the best decision possible? So what else can I bring to the table of value other than price? What else can I bring that will make your life easier? So you start asking questions that don't have to do with the price, because we know the price is the pink elephant in the room, but you got to understand at the end of the day, if the seller is trying to get the most money possible, they're either that 20% that's going to auction their property off, or they're going to put it on the market. So the people who you're talking to, the 80%, there's going to be other things that they really care about that you can hopefully provide that will give you an advantage over that house. So I was just working with a seller the other day, and he told me that he had higher offers from other people, and he still was selling to me because he knew that I was a person who was going to do what I said I was going to do. And here's how I did that. Number one, I told the seller I was going to send someone to the property within the next hour. And guess what? Someone was at that property within the next hour. So he was happy that I was going to do the small thing. So then when I do the big thing, which is buy the house, he's not going to get let down. That's the first thing. The second thing, every time I told the seller I was going to call him at a specific time, I called him literally at that specific time. If I told him I was going to call him at 4:30 p.m., I was going to call him at 4:30 p.m. And sure as shit, his phone rang at 4:30 p.m. and it was me on the other line looking to help him out. So that's thing number one, is you got to do what you say you're going to do, and you got to be consistent with people. Number two is you got to get the seller in a situation where you get them to open up and really tell you what's going on so you can be a really good listener, right? And people, this is a hard skill to learn. It's taken me a long time to learn this, and I'm still not perfect at it. But when you really get the seller to tell you the truth on what's going on, because a lot of the times what they tell you is really like the tip of the iceberg. It's usually like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers deep on the actual problem, right? So a lot of sellers are like, I got to get out of here fast. That is a surface layer statement, right? The truth is maybe they need to get out of there fast because they can't have, another month go by where they haven't made their mortgage payment and then they're going to be homeless, right? Like that's a reality in this business sometimes, right? So whatever they're telling you, you got to understand how to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers deep. And the best way to actually do that is to say, hey, when you say you got to sell the property fast, how come you have to sell it so quickly? What's the reason behind the fact that you need to sell it so fast? And a lot of the times when you say an open-ended question like that, they'll say, well, I need to sell it fast because of X, Y, and Z. Or here's another way to do it. This is from Chris Voss. This is called the mirror. When they say the statement to you, I need to sell this house fast, you just repeat to them the last 3 or 4 words of what they said. Sell this house fast in the form of a question. And then they'll volunteer the information for you. Yeah, I need to sell it fast because I need to get out of this property because if I get foreclosed, I'm going to be homeless, right? So you literally just repeat back to them what they told you, and then it's going to psychologically trigger them to want to share more information. So you can mirror the prospect. And when you mirror the prospect sees that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. Therefore, it's going to build rapport on a subconscious level. So those are some ways. Obviously, this could be like an hour-long training. But I want to keep these videos 5 to 7 minutes. So those are some ways that you can really get deals over your competition without having to worry about paying the most money or whatever the case might be. So if you get good at this, you will have sellers all the time tell you, hey, I had more money from somebody else, but for some reason, something didn't taste too good about them. I want to sell to you for less money because I know I can trust you. You want to get sellers to say that to you because that's how you know, A, you have an effective sales process and you're closing deals at a good rate, and B, you're being a problem solver and you're bringing more to the table. You're bringing more value to the table besides just the money part. Because a lot of times, if they want the most money, they're either going to auction it off to a bunch of investors or they're going to put it on the MLS. So I hope this video is helpful. Just to summarize it once again, you need to ask them questions that don't have to do with money to see what other value you can bring to the table. And number 2, you want to really get them to trust you by doing what you say you're going to do with the small things, calling them back on time. When you say you're going to send someone out, someone actually shows up at the property. Being urgent with responding, because that's really important because people want to know that you're reliable. And then the last thing is you want to get the seller to go deep by asking them open-ended questions and also mirroring, which is something I learned from Chris Voss, what they said so they can share more information. So you're tired of it? Well, like if the seller says, I'm tired of it. You're tired of it? You just repeat that and, oh yeah, I'm tired of it because I just can't keep putting up with these crazy maintenance bills. I have no money to pay the landscapers and my weeds are growing like crazy and I can't fathom paying another fine because I don't have the money to pay the fine. So that's what happens when you mirror people. They start sharing information that ultimately will help you get a deal and it will ultimately help them get their problem solved. So if you got value from this video, once again, if you could subscribe to my channel, like the video. If you're watching us on social media, share it, please. And if you want to do a deal with me, if you're in New York, if you're in Delaware, if you're in San Diego, California, if you want to partner with me on a deal, we do a ton of deals with other investors. We just got one this week. So I'd love to have you be a part of our business by doing deals with us. If you're interested, whether you're brand new or you're experienced, email me, greg@velocityhousebuyers.com if you want to partner with me on a deal in one of my areas. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.